guys to give it up for Ray Gootz.
Hey, what's up? How's it going? Good? Yeah. All right, cool. You guys having a good day? Yeah. All right, I had a weird day. Can I tell you guys about it? Yeah. All right, I was having lunch with a friend, and it got very awkward because he revealed to me that he has an STD, and he was freaking out. He's like, yo, dude, whatever you do, you meet a girl, you gotta wear protection. I'm like, bro, you need to relax. All right, I always wear protection. Why the fuck you think I wear this shirt? Nobody's gonna fuck me while I'm wearing this shirt, okay? I am protected, man. I'm good to go. So you guys drinking tonight? You guys getting fucked up? Sweet, I tried to go drinking last night. I tried to go get fucked up before I went and bought Frozen on DVD, because that's my shit. I get fucked up, I buy cartoons, and I go beat up kids. It's like, you like this cartoon? Too bad! I went to this club and the bouncer would not let me in. He goes up, he goes, yo, you can't be coming in here, you wearing a hat. I had a hat on. I was like, what's wrong with my hat? It's like, yo, your hat's got red in it. That's a gang color. You can't be letting no gang violence pop off in this club, son. I was like, I'm wearing a Spider-Man hat. What gang is going to fight me? The X-Men? Like, is Deadpool in there popping bottles? What type of club is it? But I'm tired, man. I am. I stayed up late watching Carrie. Not the movie. There's this new girl. She moved across the street from my house. She leaves the window open. So I'm like, yo, what's up, Carrie? She's like, fuck you. I was like, fuck you too, Carrie. You want to prom alone? About that. We're in Queens. Anybody? Who's here from Queens? Clap it up. Queens is a cool place, man. Awesome place. I like it. One thing you need to stay away from here are the strip clubs. Do not go to any strip clubs in Queens, all right? Because you walk in a strip club in Queens, you're like, am I at the strip club or a burn unit? What the fuck? This one girl at the Queens strip club, she comes up to me and she's like, yo, 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 yo. Give me $20 and I'll do more. I was like, here's a 50, do less. That's whack. Any Italians in the house? Any Irish people? Mexicans, are there any Mexicans in the house tonight? Uno, okay. And the rest are in the kitchen. All right, that's cool. My father is Mexican, which means I'm also Mexican. It means I have to go finish the dishes once this shit's done. This is actually my lunch break. I came in at 7 in the morning. So. I know I don't look Mexican. I'll go to family reunions, and my cousins look like fire Eskimos. And I look like Woody Allen if he discovered Eminem instead of little girls, but I'm definitely a Mexican. I am. Father's always yelling at me. He's like, Raymond, I'm your padre. You have to show me some respect. I'm like, Dad, I'd love to talk about this. I seriously, with that grass isn't going to cut itself, all right? I'm not paying you $1.25 an hour for nothing, Pedro. Let's not play that shit. He watches a lot of news. He watches Fox News. He's only Mexican to watch Fox News. And he voted for Trump. My dad's a Mexican, born and raised in Mexico City, and he voted for Donald Trump. That's like Anne Frank being like, we should get Hitler back in office. Wasn't that bad. I go, Dad, why are you voting for Trump? Oh, you know, I think he's going to get rid of all the assholes. I'm like, Dad, the only asshole he's going to get rid of is you, all right? I voted for you. Get behind the wall! Like, it's not good. My mom died about a year ago. It was rough. We're doing better. My father goes up to me. He goes, you know, Raymond, it's been a year since your mother has died. It's New Year. Maybe it's time you get me a new wife. Why don't you sign me up for the Tinder? I would meet a new woman on the Tinder. I'm like, Dad, you're 91 years old. The next time you're getting laid is to rest. Who's he gonna bang? Betty White? Like, I don't think so. He plays the lotto. Every day he makes me go buy the scratch-off tickets. I gotta buy him this one. The big one he likes is Win for Life. He goes, Raymond, you realize if I win this, I'm gonna win $1,000 every week for the rest of my life. I go, holy shit, Dad. That means if you win, you're gonna win $2,000. That's amazing. He listens to nothing but old music. Nothing like, and whatever you think is old, he listens to shit 50 years before that. He calls anything remotely modern rap music. The other day, anything. I had some music on. He goes, hey, what is this rap music? What is the DMX? You can't touch this. I'm going to touch you. I want to touch you. What is this rap music? I'm like, Dad, it's the Beatles. What the fuck? It is the Beatles. My mother was older too. My mother was older when she had me. In fact, she was in her 40s, and this was back in the 80s. And back in the 80s, women in their 40s didn't have babies. So the doctor said to her, you should have an abortion. Because if you have this baby, he's going to be fucked up. He's going to be retarded. He's going to never get laid. No girl's going to talk to him. He's going to be stuck in a dead-end job for 12 years. He's going to play video games and then not beat them because he can't get past the last level. You got to get rid of him. You got to have an abortion. And she was like, isn't that illegal? He was like, don't be a pussy! She didn't have the abortion, which is why the show's still going on. But when I started doing stand-up, that doctor was in the crowd. When I got off stage, went up to him, I said, yo, what do you think? He goes, I stand by my statements. Ever since I learned that was an accident, I only celebrate birthdays. My birthdays always suck. You guys want to hear about the worst birthday I ever had? Yeah. The worst birthday I ever had, my friends threw me a party, and a girl came, and it was a girl I really liked. And about halfway through the party, I go to the men's room, and I catch her blowing my best friend in the men's room. It's fucked up, right? It was fucked up. It was the worst way to turn 7. Wow, you learned early. Jesus Christ. That is insane. I do miss my mother, though. I do. My mom used to worry about me a lot, but she would worry about weird shit. My mom would worry about shit that's never going to happen. She once saw a news report about a guy in Russia. He got eaten by a bear. She sees this. She starts crying her eyes out. She's like, Raven, I'm so afraid you're going to get eaten by a bear. You got to do me a favor. If you ever see a bear, just lay it out. Play dead, Raven. Just lay it out. I was like, Mom, I never leave New York City. Where the fuck am I going to run into a bear? Guys, the only bears we have in New York City are fat gay men, all right? And if one of them were to attack you, and your response was to lay down, guess what? They win, all right? Mom was very sensitive. She cried for 2 weeks when Paul Walker died. Remember him, Fast and the Furious? Okay, cried for 2 weeks when this guy died. He was the lead in Fast and Furious. I go, Mom, why crying for Paul Walker? You never saw any of his movies. You don't even know what Fast and the Furious is. It's just because he was just so young. And you're young. So he reminds me of you. So when I see Paul Walker, I see you. I go, how the fuck do you see me when you see Paul Walker? That guy's 10 times better looking at me. That guy was better looking at me when they pulled him out of the car crash. How the fuck? I'm glad some crowds turn on me. Like, hey, Too Fast, Too Furious is my favorite movie. Who the fuck? Some crowds turn on that joke. Staten Island. I did that joke on Staten Island, and they looked at me like I stabbed a baby when I did that joke. I don't understand. Like, first of all, is anybody here from Staten Island? Yeah. One person? Oh yeah, you, Rodney. Okay. Yeah. Staten Island fucking stinks, all right? Can we admit it fucking stinks? Here's the deal, like let's agree on one thing. Is New York City not the greatest city in the world? Yeah. But if you just count Staten Island, we're like number 572 behind a fishing village in Cambodia, all right? I mean, like, next Halloween, you want to get scared. Don't go to a haunted house or a hayride. Just take the bus around Staten Island. You will see weird shit. Why are there 2 gang members shooting each other in one block and a man in a chainsaw chasing a woman and Daisy Dukes on the other? What the fuck? Where am I? You're in New York City. No, I'm not. Other town I went to that I thought was kind of weird was Washington, D.C. Anybody here been Washington, D.C.? Okay. Weird place, man. I'll tell you why. Because whenever I watched the news, I thought Washington, D.C. was a bunch of guys in suits walking around with these huge buildings. No. Washington, D.C. is basically level 1 of Streets of Rage. And the president is the final boss, okay? True story, I was there on New Year's Eve actually with Nick Simmons, and we go to a McDonald's, and there is a guy taking our order with a semi-automatic rifle behind the counter. And I said, hey man, why do you need this at the McDonald's? He goes, hey man, you know how people get about Egg McMuffins? I said, no I don't. I don't, I've never needed a rifle at a McDonald's. It's just insane. And then like people like, there's nothing you can do. You can't fight Washington. There's nothing you can do. Yes, you can. Just gather the fucking the Mad Gear gang that's hanging around, all the villains from the 8-bit Nintendo games that have lived now in Washington, D.C. Just take over the White House. Like, what the fuck? Okay, I guess you guys can't want to take over the White House. A lot of people talking about the election. I just read today that Bernie Sanders is going to run in 2020. Who here was a Bernie Sanders fan? Somebody was a huge Bernie Sanders fan. Okay, cool. Here's the deal, man. I like him, but in 2020, he's going to be like 78 years old, okay? I have an aunt who's 78 years old. She freaks out if I close the window too fast. I'm just saying, I don't think we need a president that get taken out by a really intense game of peekaboo, all right? Boo! Free healthcare. Like, I don't know. Trump's not much better. I used to do more jokes about Trump, and then I would go on the road, and people would get very mad. You can't make fun of him. People also get mad when I make fun of Paul Walker. You can't make fun of him, but then like they're chill when I'm making fun of my dead mom. I make fun of your dead mom, fucker. They get very sensitive. I don't understand why people get sensitive when you make fun of celebrities, okay? Because they don't care about us. I'll give you a good example. My hero, my absolute hero is Hulk Hogan, all right? I have based my entire life on the teachings of Hulk Hogan, which is why I've never touched a woman. But that's besides the point, right? When Hulk Hogan lost to Yokozuna at the 1993 King of the Ring, I almost killed myself. It was a very dark time for me. I had to go to therapy. It was very upset. I would give Hulk Hogan a hand job if he asked. Not in a gay way, but a thank you for your service. I've trained, I've said my prayers, and I've ate my vitamins. Hasn't done me much good. But, brother, here's the deal. But even still, no matter how much I love Hulk Hogan, I can admit that he's a bald, creepy, orange piece of shit. So if I can make fun of Hulk Hogan, the fucking people in the wherever the fuck they are can make fun of Trump, we can make fun of Paul Walker, and fuck celebrities, am I right? Yeah. Fuck them. Moving on. Let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys excited for Easter? No? No one's going to EasterCon and fucking dress up like a rabbit? Get a blowjob from a co-ed? Easter has fallen off, man. Easter really has fallen off. When I was a kid, Easter was the shit. And now nobody seems to care about Easter. And I think I know why. Look, like Christmas is easy to explain. Like if you're a little kid, you're like, tell me about Christmas. Somebody could be like, yeah, it's his holiday. Okay, so here's the deal. There's this guy, Jesus. He's really awesome. Today's his birthday, right? And to celebrate, some fat dude's gonna come from the North Pole. He's gonna give you presents. There's gonna be food. There's gonna be drinks. And all your family's gonna come over. There's gonna be a party at your job. You're gonna hook up with someone that works there. You're gonna really regret it. I wanna see each other all of January. It's gonna be awesome. And if you're a little kid, you're like, wow, it sounds amazing, okay? Easter, though, Easter's hard to explain. Easter's like, well, what happens on Easter? Well, remember Jesus, the really awesome guy? Yeah, well, he's dead. He's fucking dead. Well, did he die peacefully in his sleep? Nah, he was on a cross for like 7 hours. His mom had to watch. His girl he wants to fuck, but just sees him as a friend was watching. It's awkward as shit. Oh, well, what are we going to do for him? We're going to go to a funeral or something for him? Nah, there's this rabbit. This rabbit's gonna break into the house. He's gonna hide shit, and you gotta find it. What does that have to do with Jesus? I don't know. He just fucking decided to make this day about him. He's kind of an asshole. Well, where does the rabbit come from? The North Pole? I don't know. No one knows where he came from. I think he might be from Chicago. Who the fuck knows? He showed up one day. He wasn't leave. Well, how does he get into the house? He come down the chimney? Nah, he has a crowbar. He breaks open the window. Best stay the fuck away from him. Like, the Easter Bunny makes no sense, man. Like, I think they should revamp the story, okay? Like, I think they should have the little bunny rabbit at Jerusalem. He sees Jesus on the cross, and he comes to life. He's like, nah, fuck that shit. He's like, Jesus, get off the cross. And he's like, my father wants me here. You're gonna live your dead shadow your entire life. He pulls Jesus off the cross. The Romans start chasing him. They hire the Mexican cartel to chase him, because in this version, Jesus is a Mexican. So, The cartels chase Jesus like, I can't run, I'm so weak. And he's like, eat these colored eggs. And he eats the colored eggs. And he gets these probably starts shooting lasers at the fucking Mexicans. The next thing you know, him and Easter Bunny are like hiding out in Aruba, giving out surf lessons, and everything's fine. That'd be a way better Easter, right? Yeah. They should call me up. It'd be like new Game of Thrones. Easter. Oh, my other favorite holiday is Halloween. Anybody here like Halloween? Halloween's cool, man, but I'm a big loser on Halloween. I just sit at home and I watch horror movies. My favorite horror movie is the original Halloween with Michael Myers. Remember him? Guy with the white mask? Okay. Here's the deal, man. Michael Myers is very different from other killers because he drives. Most of the other ones, like Jason and the other ones, they walk kind of slow. He drives a car, though. And that's not the weird part. The weird part is at a certain point in the movie, he's following Jamie Lee Curtis, who he's going to try to kill later in the movie. She's with her friends. They're walking home from school. They turn the corner, and he turns the car to follow them, but he uses his turn signal. That means somebody taught this sociopath traffic safety, and he was like, yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I don't want to hit anybody that's crosswalk. That's just barbaric. I'm going to stab him later. That's fine, but I don't want to hit... Here's an idea. Why don't you just take the car and ram it into the girls? And then they're dead. You can go to a party, you know, like a kegger, I don't know. No, he just waits and kills them later. And then also he perfectly parallel parks later on in the movie too. Like they find the car and it's like perfectly between two cars in a very tight space. How does this motherfucker have the patience? I can't even park. I just like jump out of my car. I also don't know how to drive, but that's besides the point. I like older movies. I don't like the newer ones. I don't like newer horror movies. I think they fucking stink. I'll give you a good example. The #1 horror movie 2 years ago was a film called Unfriended. Anybody here ever seen the movie Unfriended? No. Okay. If you haven't seen it, it's a movie about a ghost who kills people on Facebook. All right? And the big scary moment of the movie is the ghost takes away the girl's block button. And oh my God, I can't block anybody. I gotta read everybody's Trump post now. What am I gonna do? That was the big scary moment of the movie, okay? Here's where the movie lost me. There's one point in the movie where all the main characters are in a G-chat. And the ghost keeps logging onto the G-chat. And they can't kick him off. So they start freaking out. Like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? This ghost keeps breaking into our chat. And we can't talk in private. What are we gonna do? The ghost keeps breaking into the chat. And we can't talk in private. I'm like, shut your computer off. And go to a fucking diner. And then you defeat the Facebook ghost by logging off of Facebook. But no, they don't log off Facebook. They go on chat roulette, Twitter. They go on more sites, and then they all die. Because why would you ever log off of Facebook? You have to stay on there all the time. Might get more likes. And the movie made so much money, they're actually making a sequel. Did you guys know that? They're making a sequel. What is the sequel? The ghost takes over your Tinder? I can't swipe right, I can only swipe left. I gotta fuck everybody now. Jesus Christ. I also watched the Ouija movies. I don't know if you guys have seen these. They made them like 2 years ago, the Ouija movies with the Ouija board. You guys know about the Ouija board, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So here's the weird thing about Ouija. I was watching the movie, and the movie is produced by Hasbro, who makes Ouija boards. And in the movie, this woman buys a Ouija board for her family. She's very excited. She brings it home. Her and her daughters use it. And then they all just die. They all die in horrible ways, and they burn in hell for all of eternity. And I just thought to myself, the Ouija board is the only product that a company advertises as going horribly wrong, and we all still buy it. Have you noticed that? Like, you wouldn't buy a Nissan if they were like, the new Nissan, it'll light on fire when you go to 55 miles per hour. Gotta have it. The other thing I watched this Halloween, I watched the entire first season of Stranger Things. Anybody here like Stranger Things? It's a good show, man. It's definitely good, but here's the thing about it. They're trying to make the 80s this wonderful, magical time to be a kid. And I was a kid in the 80s, and there was nothing wonderful or magical about it, okay? I grew up here. Let me tell you something. When I was 6 years old, if I wanted to play video games, I would have to go to an arcade in Times Square next to a porno theater and play Ninja Turtles with a hermaphrodite prostitute and a crackhead selling bootleg VHS tapes, all right? And don't get me started if I walked in the porno theater instead of the arcade. Be like, put a quarter in the peep show. Dad, why does that woman have a penis? You want to play video games, yes or no? What the fuck? The other weird thing about Stranger Things is, the kids are always by themselves, miles away from their houses on their bikes. When you were a kid in the 80s, you weren't alone. You didn't want to be alone. I'll tell you why. Because every morning when you had your cereal, you saw one of your friends on the fucking milk carton. He was missing, right? My mom always had me in constant fear that I was going to get thrown in a van, and get fucked in the ass. She said, don't talk to strangers, they will throw you in a van. So I never talked to any strangers, which is why I still haven't had a girlfriend, because, you know, when a girl goes up to you, she goes, hi, how you doing? I'm not going to your van, okay? I knew you got the candy. What? Hashtag time's up. I'll tell you how messed up the 80s were. When I was a kid, one of my heroes, besides Hulk Hogan, one of my other heroes was Freddy Krueger, okay? Does anybody from Nightmare on Elm Street? Anybody here remember Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street? Yeah. If you haven't seen the movie lately, I'm going to give you what Freddy Krueger was. Freddy Krueger was a child molester and killer who was raping and killing children on Elm Street. The parents found out, they killed him, and then he went to hell, and when he came back as a demon who could kill children in their dreams, which just goes to show you, if you have a goal, don't let anyone stand in your way, okay? Because he went to hell, like, I gotta burn it out for killing children. Like, no, fuck that, I gotta go back! I got more children to kill! You can't fucking stop me. Somehow they wrote this movie, and they were like, we should market this towards 4-year-olds, and it worked! Because me and my friends, we all loved Freddy Krueger. We really did. Like, I had Freddy Krueger action figures, I had Freddy Krueger bed sheets, like, really? I need this guy's face this close to my 8-year-old dick? Like, seriously? I had 2 posters on my wall growing up. I had Alyssa Milano and Freddy Krueger, okay? I had a poster of somebody I want to fuck and somebody who wants to fuck me. And everyone was okay with it. Nobody seen the problem. If you went out like Astoria or even Long Island City 25 years ago on Halloween, every single kid was dressed up like Freddy Krueger, trick-or-treating. And that would never happen nowadays. You would never see anybody out trick-or-treating dressed up like a sexual predator. Like, think about it. Last Halloween, did you see any kids dressed up like Harvey Weinstein? No, you didn't. There was no kid being like in a fat suit, like, what? Do you want to watch me shower? Come on. Guys, you got to give me more. Louis C.K.'s career is over. This was my big opportunity to step up and take his place. You got to give me more. You know he broke my tripod, Louis C.K.? He did. He broke my tripod. This was like 10 years ago. He wasn't that big yet. But we were all doing a comedy show. I had a tripod. I was going to film my set. And he comes and goes, I need a tripod. These comedians give him my tripod. He's like, I love you. Can I suck your dick? And he took the camera, took my tripod, and just started violently trying to shove the camera into the tripod. And then he broke it. So now we know he treats tripods a lot like he treats women. So he broke the tripod, and he just left. He threw it on the ground, broke it somewhere. Like, I can't use tripod. He just took off and left. And if you think about it, I'm the only one, like, a real case against him. And I didn't complain about him. Like, I know it sucks what he did to the women, but when he's like, can I jerk off for you? They were like, no, he didn't go to their house, like, start breaking their shit. He was like, I got no TV. What do you think about that? It's a $60 tripod. I was making $12 an hour answering phones at a fucking booth. Welcome. Here's the deal. I just don't understand. Like, all the guys that are getting busted are like fat, ugly dudes. And I don't get where you get the balls, if you're fat and ugly, to ask a woman to watch you masturbate. I don't have the balls to ask a woman to watch you play Super Nintendo. Like, how the fuck? You want to come on and play Mario Kart? What'd you say to me? I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Don't accuse me of rape. I'm so sorry. You're very beautiful. I didn't mean beautiful. You're a beautiful writer. That's what I meant. I didn't mean anything about your physical appearance. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to talk to you. I apologize. I do believe all these cases, the women are complaining about men. I believe them all. By the way, really quick before I continue. Aziz Ansari, he's a millionaire in his 30s, and his big move is to put on Channel 11. Seinfeld, like, seriously? Okay, nobody read that article. Okay, good. Strike that from the record. No, but I do believe these women. The only story I don't believe is Stan Lee. Remember, you know Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel Comics? He recently was accused at 95 years old of trying to molest his nurses, okay? And here's the deal. I live with my aunt lives upstairs. She's 97 years old. She needs 24-hour care, just like Stan Lee does. When you're past, like, 93, the only thing you're going to assault is the floor when you fall down dead, okay? They don't know where they are. They're just happy to live every day. I get to eat food one more day. This is fantastic. They don't know where they are. I'll give you a good example. The other day I walked upstairs, and my aunt just has her pants down, and her vagina's just out, okay? It's just out in the open. She's like, where's my aid? I'm like, I know. Where is your fucking aid? Jesus Christ. I didn't get freaked out. I didn't say, this is assault. I was just like, pick up your pants. Like, what the fuck? 2 things went through my mind. I was like, oh my God, it's my aunt's vagina. The second thing is, I can't believe this is the first vagina I've seen in person in 8 years. Like, how the fuck? How did it get this bad? Like, this is the first one. Oh, man. I was going to talk about Halloween. I was also watching on Halloween these ghost hunting reality shows. Has anybody here seen the ghost hunting reality shows? Yeah. Okay, if you haven't seen them, they're on Discovery Channel. If you haven't seen them, I'm going to spoil it. They never find the fucking ghost. They have been on the air for 12 years. They have not found one fucking ghost. And they call themselves ghost hunters. How the fuck you a ghost hunter? You never caught a ghost. I haven't gotten head since 2004. I have a show called Headhunters, okay? Because they keep saying no. Like, I think she likes me. Nope, she blocked me on Instagram. All right, cool. Like, there's another show called Finding Bigfoot. Why would you have a show called Finding Bigfoot? You're never going to find Bigfoot, all right? So again, that's like if I had a show called Finding Vagina, okay? I know I just compared Bigfoot to a woman's private parts, but they're both things I've very rarely seen, so how do I know they're real, okay? Both seem like mystical creatures to me. I've only seen blurry photos. Besides my aunt's, but that's besides the point. I still don't know if that was a real vagina. I don't know. I was on Instagram. Anybody here have Instagram? Yeah. I had to block my little cousin on Instagram. I did. She's 15. All her photos, she was in bikinis or in her underpants. And I blocked her. I said, you can't post photos like that online. She goes, all my friends do it. And I looked on her feed, and all their friends, 15, 16 years old, they're all half naked on Instagram. And that blew my mind. Like, it's insane to me. I think like little Billy gave me a chemistry class, and he'd be like, I wonder if Britney looks like in a thong, and pull it up in like 2 seconds. Like when I was in high school in the 90s, do you know what I would have to have done? See a picture of a girl in my class in her underwear. Number one, I would have break into her house, hide in her closet, wait till she gets home, wait till she starts changing, jump out of the closet, ta-da, take the photo, run out of the house before the dad kills me, go to Genevieve's, then wait an hour, because back then you had to wait an hour. Go play some video games, NBA Jam, Street Fighter, I don't know. Fuck around. Get the photos, run back to the house. My mom would have stopped me at the door. Oh, are those photos from the trip? No, Mom, they're not photos from the trip. Well, can I see the photos? You can't see the photos, Mom. Well, why can't I see the photos? Because they're my photos. Let me see the photos. You can't see the photos. Give me the photos. Not giving you the photos. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. No, Mom, you go fuck yourself. Then run into the bathroom. Maybe get one photo out till the cops break down my door and be like, hey, did you take a photo of this 15-year-old girl in her underwear? Yeah, I did, right? I did, okay? It's 1996. There's no Instagram. I'm going to die alone. Can I have this one photo? I just want this one fucking photo of when she's hot, because in 2018, she's going to be 500 pounds with 4 kids. So can I have this photo? Is that cool? You know, fuck Instagram. I do hang out with a lot of teenage girls. Don't ask questions. But the other day I was talking to them, and they were asking me a few things. First, they were like, "Can we get out of your van?" I'm like, "Not with that attitude." And then they said, like, "Who's your favorite rapper?" And I said, "Biggie Smalls." And they said, "Who's that?" Can you believe there's like teenagers that don't know who Biggie Smalls is? Like, that's fucking. Who here loves Biggie Smalls? Clap it up. That was your favorite rapper. Yeah. Here's why Biggie Smalls is my favorite rapper. I used to be envious when I was in high school of all my friends knew all the lyrics to every rapper's songs. I only know one rap lyric, and it's from Biggie Smalls. You want to hear it? Yeah. All right. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, I couldn't picture this. Remember that? Yeah. And I remember that because when I was a kid, I was like, I got a Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I'm fucking gangsta too. What the fuck? Let's do it now. But see, here's the deal. Like, if Biggie Smalls really was a real baller, he would have kept going. Sega CD, 3DO, TurboGrafx 16, the Jaguar. Nobody has that. You know? You're like, wow, you got a lot of money, Biggie Smalls. You got the Jaguar. Neo Geo. Like, oh, shit. Really living it up there. But here's the thing. Sometimes I wonder, like, because he had a Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, so he had to have games, right? He didn't just, like, buy it, hook it up to the video, and move on, you know? He had to have games. So I wonder, like, what games did Biggie Smalls have on his Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis? Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck how many people you killed, how many drugs you dealt, how many fucking women you slept with. If you play Sonic the Hedgehog, you're not that scary to me, all right? Well, fuck you. I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna shoot him as soon as I beat past Dr. Robotnik. Fuck it. I don't get laid a lot. What a surprise. Here's the deal. I was dating somebody, and she was a little bit younger than me, 20. A lot of my friends got mad at me, like, how could you date somebody that young? What do you talk about with her? I'm like, listen, I collect comic books, I play video games, and I watch wrestling. What the fuck do I talk about with a woman in her 30s, okay? Because women in their 30s, they have their lives together. I go out with a woman in her 30s, she's like, you know, I just bought a house. And I'm like, I just bought a Star Wars action figure. It's a limited edition. I just put a down payment on a car. I just put a down payment on a Nintendo Switch. Want to play Zelda? What's going on over here? Look, man, women at 30s, man, they're tired of the bullshit. They're tired of the games. They don't know you have your life together. When I go out with a woman at 30s, she's got a lot of questions. Like, how long are you doing stand-up? When are you going to be on TV? When are you going to be on Comedy Central? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You saving up to buy a house? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm like, probably in prison. Because I'm going to shoot you. Keep asking me questions. 19-year-olds, they don't have questions, man. They're just happy to be there, okay? At least with a 19-year-old, there's still hope in her eyes when you come in her face, all right, guys? She's like, are my dreams going to come true? Mine just did, so you know. That's what's good. It ended badly. It did. It ended badly, and I got depressed. I got a little sad, you know. And because there's like she was so young and hot, and like all the women my age now are like, oh, I have to. Like look, all my friends now they're married with wives and kids, and they always be like, oh, it's so wonderfully married. It's a whole new. It's so great to have kids. And I go over to the house, and the wife looks like she's in Vietnam. Like, oh, where the fuck are the children? Where am I? You know, it just looks like she just was in Apocalypse Now. And a 19-year-old's like, I just love life. Are we drinking more shots? Like, that's fucking cool. So I was depressed. Like, I'm gonna get to touch that anymore. So I did. I got a little depressed. I got a little sad, and I started having like these weird chest pains. And I said to my friend who's a nurse, I go, "What the fuck is this? I've never had this before." And she goes, "Oh, you have actual heartbreak." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sad I never bent her over a sink." She goes, "No, you don't understand. You're really upset by this. You're having heart problems, and you better be careful because that could lead to an actual stroke." And that's crazy to me. Like, I didn't know you could die from not getting laid. Because if that's the case, I've been living a very dangerous lifestyle. Like, I really have. It's getting to the point now, if I go to a bar, talk to a girl, starts walking away from me, like, excuse me, miss, I have a doctor's note, you have to suck my dick. Or I have to go to the emergency room. It's very serious medical order, where you go? I always had bad luck with women. The problem is women always saw me as a friend. They saw me as, like, their buddy. One time, I'll never forget, this was back in college, this girl calls me up, she goes, Ray, I think I have herpes. And I'm like, well, how can you tell? She goes, there's these pimples, and they're all over my lips. Like, those are cold sores. They go away. Don't worry about it. She goes, no. You don't understand. They're on my vagina lips. I was like, whoa. Shorty, back up. The vagina has lips? Not even the predator has lips. What the fuck is that thing? We need to kill it before it multiplies. I was confused, man. I just found out, like, I don't know, a day ago, that there's a separate hole that girls pee out of. And this whole time I thought there was one hole down there, like a Swiss Army hole or some shit. That's not, there's a lot of holes down there. There's a hole that she pees out of. There's a hole that you fuck her in. There's a hole that leads to Narnia. A lot of shit. I was saying earlier, the last time I got a blowjob was 2004, before Spider-Man 2 came out, so it was a really long time ago. Anyone want to hear that story? Anyone want to hear about the blowjob? It was rough, man. It was rough. I was like all excited. I was at a strip club. My friend's like, yo, listen, I got you a strip club. And I was like really excited. Like, she's gonna blow me. All I felt was teeth. That's all I felt. I was like, yo, are you sucking my dick or auditioning for Jaws 5? What the fuck are you doing? And she's like, no, I'll make it feel better. I'm gonna like play with your balls. And this is how she fucking played my balls. I started feeling nauseous. You know what it's like to wait 4 years to get a blowjob, and then all you feel is pain? That's like being a Make-A-Wish kid, and they send you down to Giant Stadium, and Eli Manning just throws footballs into your fucking nuts. Like, it was fucking terrible. And then it never happened again. Anyway, happy birthday. So anyway, listen. Here's my problem, man. I don't know how to be romantic. I don't know how to be flirty. I always feel like when I make a romantic gesture to a woman, I come across as creepy or weird. And I'll watch romantic comedies, and I'll see what the main character does. And it's stuff that I could never do. I could never get away with any of it. I'll give you a good example. Has anybody here ever seen the film The Notebook? Yeah. With Ryan Gosling, yes. Okay. Nothing that Ryan Gosling does in that movie, I could ever do. I couldn't get away with any of it. I'll give you a good example. At one point, Ryan Gosling takes the girl he's into to this lake in the middle of nowhere. He puts her in a canoe and starts paddling. Okay? If I took a girl to an abandoned lake, put her in a canoe, and started paddling, she'd be like, are you trying to kill me? Why the fuck are we on a canoe? Well, I just want to say how I feel. You can tell me how to feel at a bar or a diner. Not here. They're on the canoe. He starts telling her how much he likes her or some shit, and then it starts raining. Not a little bit of rain, but like a torrential downpour. Like they are soaked, okay? And what's your response? He just starts laughing and hugging him. Okay, if I had a girl in a canoe and started raining, she'd be like, hey, dick face. Did you forget to check the weather? Before you brought me a little canoe adventure over here? Why don't you get back to the, you don't want to write, write this notebook. Take me back to fucking a story. I'm going to fuck all your friends. What do you think about that shit? Fucking loser. They get off the boat. It's still raining, by the way. He starts screaming at her. He just starts screaming at her like a madman. I wrote you every day. How can you wrote me back? Can you imagine you walk out of this club tonight, you saw me standing in a corner screaming at some girl, which might happen, by the way. You saw me screaming at some girl. I text you every day. How come you never text me back? You would call the cops. You would Facebook Live that shit. You know, it's still going to be married and be together for 50 years. Die in nursing home holding each other. But it worked. It all works. She jumps into his arms. She starts making out. She's straddling him. The music starts swelling. He starts walking backwards. Here's where it gets crazy. They cut to the next scene. He's opening the door to his house. She's still straddling him. They're still making out. He's still walking backwards. That house was 5 miles away. You mean to tell me he carried her for 5 goddamn miles? Like some retarded Olympic sport, making out with her backwards? I couldn't do it. I'd be like, hey, can you walk? It's raining out. The house is like 5 miles away. We're in the forest, the beach. It's wet and rainy, and you're very heavy. I never said you were fat. I never said that. Stop screaming at me. Stop, because I know me. But what happened is if I tried to carry a girl and make out with her walk backwards, I would get like 30 seconds in. I would drop her head would hit a rock, she'd start bleeding, I'd be like, shit, she's dead. I better burn that notebook. This is fucking... When any of into that shit. I didn't finish the movie, but I heard about this. Let me know if it's true. Is it true at the end of the movie he climbs a Ferris wheel to talk to her? In the beginning? I don't know. It's all over the place. Okay. But he does. He climbs a Ferris wheel, right? Yeah. Okay, let me tell you something. I would barely climb this stage to talk to a fucking girl. A Ferris wheel. That is some America Ninja Warrior shit. I'll just wait. If they're like, she's up in the Ferris wheel, you gotta tell her how you feel. I'll wait till she gets off. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let me tell you, if you're on a Ferris wheel and some guy peers up like, I love you, just shove him off. Because that is gonna be the most toxic, awful relationship you will ever have. Speaking of toxic, awful relationships, remember back in the day when you went to high school or college and you hung out with those people for 4 years and they just vanished? You occasionally saw them at the supermarket. But now we have Facebook and we have to get their thoughts on every fucking thing. I see photos of all their stupid fucking kids. I'm like, that's so nice. Your kid fucking went to the store. Kid took his shit. Like, isn't that like right? Here's the deal. I'll give you a perfect example how like it's so crazy now. I still have to see these people. When I was in high school. And the worst part is you have to hear like their thoughts and their opinions, like their political opinions. I'll give you a good example how this is fucked up. When I was in high school, I had a history class, and my teacher at the time was talking about the then current president, Bill Clinton, and his wife, Hillary Clinton. And there was a girl, and she was passed out at her desk, and she wouldn't wake up. And he was like, you have to wake up. I'm trying to teach you about history. And she woke up, and she goes, yo, fuck learning. And she walked out of the class, and she just left, and she never came back, all right? She just sat at the handball court and got drunk and pregnant for 20 years, alternating. One day she was drunk, next day she was pregnant. And at the time, I admired that. I'm like, wow, at 15, she just be like, I've learned enough. I need booze. That was very inspiring to me, you know? That she was like, that's it, I'm good. But at the same time, you can't come back 20 years later and start lecturing me about the Clintons. Because that's what she did. She became a Trump supporter and would go on Emperor's Wall and lecture people about Hillary Clinton. Like, she was on my wall, be like, how could you vote for Hillary Clinton? You know she sold all the plutonium to the Russians? I'm like, you even know what plutonium is? Yeah, I do. It's a Pokemon, all right? What the fuck? You think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. So it's like, I gotta keep listening to these people. All my friends are getting married now. They're all getting married, and it's expensive. I need friends that, like, just have completely horrible relationships, because having friends that are married, they all want to go to their weddings, and their weddings are, this one girl's like, yeah, I have a wedding. I want you to be in the wedding party. It's going to be in Jamaica. And I'm like, bitch, I can't afford if you have the wedding in Jamaica, Queens. I gotta fuck. You can have the wedding in my basement. That would still cost me a little bit too much. Do you, like, get married, like, at the bar across the street for, like, 2 minutes, and I'll go by, hey, here's a shot, and fucking take off? Like, I now root for people to break up. Oh, thank God, there's no wedding. Good, they're going to fucking kill themselves, thank God. Because funerals are cheaper, you know? Funerals are... You show up and be like, yes, sir, sorry, it didn't work out. You're going to have to go to that fucking bachelor party. Anyway, so all my friends get married. Is anybody here married? Clap it up if you're married. Anybody here single? Much more excited. Here's the deal, man. I'm never getting married. And number one, because the girl I want to marry, she has a restraining order against me. So it's not going to work out. The other reason is I don't believe in it. I don't believe in marriage. And I'll tell you why. Has anybody here ever seen the movie Die Hard? Okay. Real quick, let's review what happens in the Die Hard films. Die Hard 1, John McClane saves his wife from an army full of terrorists, okay? He kills them all, and he saves her because his wife, he loves her, and it's the right thing to do, okay? We get a year later, it's now Die Hard 2. John McClane saves the same wife, the same exact woman, from an airport full of terrorists. And he kills, you know how many people are in an airport? A lot. He kills them all, and he saves her because he loves her. It's the right thing to do. Very romantic. We get to the third movie, Die Hard 3. The movie starts, we get 5 minutes in, and then we find out that she has left him. I'm going to repeat that, guys. I don't think you heard me. She left him! What the fuck did he do? What could he have possibly done that was so bad between the second time he killed an army of terrorists for her love and the third movie that she had to leave him? What were the arguments? You never take out the garbage. You're right, honey. I don't take out the garbage. How about this? You take out the garbage, and I will continue to take out the terrorists that attack us every Christmas Eve. Is that cool? You just never listen to me. I can't listen to you. The machine guns took out my hearing when I was dodging bullets on a fucking rooftop in December weather with no shoes. Glass was in my feet, and I had to murder people with my bare hands, all so we could go to your cousin's wine tasting in June, goddammit. I had no backup. I had to do it all myself. My only backup was the fat dad from Family Matters. And I still got it done. He didn't have Urkel, because Urkel would invent like a robot or a machine to fucking help. No. Okay, you guys don't like Urkel? All right, cool. Here's the thing, man. Everyone's getting married. Even Batman's getting married. You see this? Batman got engaged to Catwoman. Nope, I'm just the only person who's a loser? Okay, great. Well, they did. They got engaged. Go. The comic books cost $97 now. Go buy one. I've been doing 5 payments a fucking month to buy these comics. Yeah, they got married. They're gonna get married. That's weird to me because I don't think Batman should ever get married. Okay, I don't. Although I think it'd be some good stories. I think it would be, if Batman was married to a regular woman, not Catwoman. Because if he was married to a regular woman, every issue would be this: it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Where are you? I'm out fighting the Joker. Every night you go out with your friends. This guy's not my friend. He's trying to blow up the city. And who's the little boy in the basement? That's Robin. He's my partner. He's 13 years old. You got him in little green shorts. You shaved his legs. Did I marry Batman or Michael Jackson? Who the fuck are you? Will you leave me alone? I am the night. You're an asshole is what you are. I'm a nerd, man. I am. I'm a nerd. Who's here a nerd? Clap it up if you're a nerd. And I'll never realize, there was never more apparent time that I was a nerd when I got into a fist fight over the X-Men. I did. I got into a fucking fist fight over Xavier's students, the Children of the Atom. Here's what happened. I went to go see X-Men Apocalypse a few years back. That was the one with Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse. Anyone see that movie? Yeah. Okay, 2 people. This will go over well. We're watching the movie, and it was this fat fucking loser that my friend's friends with sitting in front of me, and he wouldn't shut the fuck up. He was going, Magneto, oh, this reminds me of issue 42. Oh, shut up issue 42 up your fucking ass, trying to hear the movie. So I go to him very politely, go, hey man, can you be quiet? I'm trying to hear the delightful dialogue that, what's his name? I don't know, fucking Charles Xavier is saying. He grabs me and goes, if I ever see you again, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I said, yeah, right, shut the fuck up. But I forgot about it because it was the X-Men. It was the movie. Who the fuck holds a grudge like that? A few months later, I'm walking home with Chinese food. This guy's standing on a street corner waiting for me. He is literally waiting for me. And I don't know what to do. He's like, let's go, me and you. We're going to fight. I don't know what to do. I have my Chinese food in one hand. I start beating him over the head with the Chinese food, okay? So not only do I have beef with this guy, but I have beef and broccoli. That's what's going on. So I'm hitting with the Chinese food, and then the Chinese food explodes, and we're covered in fucking cashew nuts and fucking beef and rice. And then he proceeds to punch me right in the face. Now, is anybody here, not as a kid, we all know Dad gets mad when the Giants lose, but not as a kid, but as an adult, has anybody here ever been punched right in the face? Yeah. It's not like the movies, right? it is not like that, because in the movies, when Rocky or Captain America gets punched right in the face, it's like, yo, let's do this. Not in real life. When I got punched in the face, I stepped out of my body, right? I was sitting there, and I just was watching myself getting punched right in the face, slowly, 3 or 4 times. And all I could think to myself was, I can't believe I'm 36 years old, and I'm in a fist fight over the X-Men. Like, I have friends buying a house, I have friends who are now writing for Saturday Night Live, and I am literally fighting over Charles Xavier. And he wouldn't want to, I said, Charles Xavier preached a non-violent solution to mutant problems. So you're not even a good X-Men fan, you fucking asshole. You're not even a good X-Men fan. Back to not getting laid. I do go to bars, I try to talk to girls, and it doesn't go well. It goes well, and I'll tell you why it doesn't go well. It's the friend. There's always one friend who's like short and stocky and looks like an orc from Lord of the Rings, and she's always there to cockle. She was like, hey, I just called an Uber. And I'm like, you should call a forklift, you fucking beast, Jesus Christ. Girls, why do you all have this friend? Why do you all have this one friend that is just only there to cockblock people, right? Guys don't have friends like that, okay? And I know because I'm the friend. Here's the deal. When my guy friends are talking to girls and nobody's talking to me, I'm not like, yo, we gotta go. Captain America's not gonna watch itself. No. I pay the bill, I leave, I go home, I jerk off the Full House, and then I cry myself to sleep like a fucking man, all right? I take the loss like a man, goddammit. And I lost some of you in Full House. But in my defense, have you seen the newer version, Fuller House? Stephanie Tanner's tits are no jokes, okay, guys? How rude. Guys, she's almost 40 now. You can jerk off to her. It's okay. She was a crackhead. She blew guys for meth. It's cool. She's not a little kid anymore. Mr. Bear's gone. And now it's Mr. Jose with the fucking methanol. Right, you guys really like Stephanie Tanner. Okay, cool. I live alone now. My mom is dead. I lived with my parents my entire life, and now I recently live alone. My mom passed about a year or 2 ago, and quite recently my dad had a massive stroke, and he has to live at home. And it's weird, because when I would talk to girls at bars in the past, there'd always be that standing in the way. They'd be like, so where do you live? I go with my parents, and then she would mace me and get a restraining order. Like, that's how the conversation would end. And now I feel like I'm Clark Kent, and I just learned how to fly. Because when they go like, where do you live? I go, I live by myself. In a home. With a bed that I could potentially awkwardly fuck you in. Here's why I couldn't have girls over when I lived with my parents. The first room in my house was my mom's bedroom. So to get anyone inside that house at night, we would have to walk past my sleeping mother, and she was a very light sleeper. So if I ever even attempted to bring a girl into my house, she'd have woke up like, Raymond, is that you, Raymond? Did you wash your underwear? Because there was a lot of shot in it, and you gotta watch that. Also, your WrestleMania DVDs come in. How many WrestleMania DVDs are you gonna watch? How many times are you gonna watch WrestleMania, Raymond? Also, is that your friend Johnny? Is that your friend? Did Johnny wash his car? Did he wash it? Raymond, was that a girl? Is that I told you I dated a Mexican girl, Raymond. God damn it, all the hell. What the fuck? That's what I had to deal with. But now she's dead, so I don't have to deal with that. Hey, come on, it's my mom. We can laugh at her. Anyway. But my dad, he had a stroke, and I was more confident. When my mom was sick, I knew it was going to be a problem. Because I'll never forget, the doctor comes in the room, he goes, I'm going to wake your mom. My mom was in a coma for about a month. He goes, I'm going to wake your mother. She's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. The doctor leaves the room. He comes back and he goes, oh, by the way, are you a stand-up comedian? And I go, yes, I am. He goes, I tried that once. It was way too hard, and I had to quit. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, if stand-up was way too hard, how the fuck are you going to get my mom out of this coma, right? Because was there ever a point where somebody's like, hey, your fart jokes aren't working out. What if you tried open heart surgery? That might be more your forte. But I thought my dad would be okay because he had a British doctor. And not like any British doctor. He had a young, good-looking British doctor. He looked like an actor from the Hallmark Channel movies. You know the ones, the Christmas ones, where this woman moves from the city to this small town, and like she meets this guy, and they argue, and the best friend's like, you like him? She's like, no, I don't. Yes, you do. No, no. Yes, I do. No, I don't. And her and the guy like go get lost in the Christmas forest trying to find a tree, and the two argue. She's like, I hate Christmas because my dad left me on Christmas. She's like, you have to let Christmas back into your heart. She's like, no, I don't. And then They fucking, like, hang out at their friend's place. They see, like, their friend with their family. Like, we got that family. If you just let me in your heart. Like, I'll never let you in my heart. And then he fucking, on Christmas Eve, proposes to her, even though they only know each other for, like, 4 days. She's like, of course I'll marry you and give him my job and just have babies with you in this small town. And then they get married on Christmas and together for the rest of their lives. You know that guy? He was my dad's doctor. So I thought, oh, she's gonna be okay. I mean, he's gonna be okay. He goes, there's a 3% chance we'll have a stroke. And I was like, because there's like a 3% chance I'm gonna get on Comedy Central. That's not gonna happen. I think we can agree. There's a 3% chance that I'm gonna bang Taylor Swift. That's not gonna happen. So I'm like, oh, of course. My dad went. But of course, when it's bad news, I fucking hit home runs because he had the stroke and it was pretty bad. And you know, he's starting to swallow again, which is good news if your dad had a stroke. Not so good news when it's your daughter's first day of high school. But whatever. I'll never forget, this doctor was so British, I couldn't even get mad at him. I'll never forget it. He comes and he goes, I'm terribly sorry, but I've given your father a massive stroke. He'll probably never recover. He's going to live in a home the rest of his life. He'll never be able to eat food again. He's going to suffer immensely. And upon thinking about it, I never should have done this surgery. I really don't know what I'm doing. And I made a terrible, terrible, horrible mistake. And your family's going to suffer the rest of your life. And you might go into great, great financial debt. And it's all my fault. And he was just so fucking charming British, like, that's okay, I don't need my dad. You're just so British. It's so nice. You go make Love Actually too. It's so cool. Meanwhile, if the guy was from Brooklyn, hey, your fucking dad's fucked up, bro. I know what you're gonna do. I'm gonna fucking stab the knife in his fucking head. Like, get the fuck out of here, Charlie Chan. I don't know why he's Asian. I'm gonna end it with this, man. Did I really hit 45, Dick Simmons? Yep. Okay, cool. I'm gonna end with this, and then you guys go. You guys are great. Thank you so much for coming out. One last joke. It's been so long since the last time I've gotten laid, I can no longer tell when a girl likes me. I can't pick up the signs. Like the other day, I'm on the subway. I'm on my money my mind, right? I'm just chilling. I'm just representing the hood, listening to Hall & Oates, like all fucking thugs do. And this very pretty girl sitting across from me, and she's staring at me. It's a very pretty girl sitting across from me, and she's staring at me. She's looking right at me. The only thing I could think of, the only possibility that came into my head was like, yo, does this bitch want to fight me? Like, why the fuck? Why the fuck does she keep looking at me? All right, guys, that is my time. Thank you so much. Keep it going for Nick Simmons. He's going to do push-ups now. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Fucking Ray. Give it up for him.